because I'm going to talk about the research that I've just recently finished, which is looking into how women are portrayed in peace agreements in Africa. So what are the spaces and roles that are given to women in peace agreements in Africa? So I see peace agreements as more or less of blueprints of what the post-conflict society will look like. So how are we going to rebuild the society after a conflict? Well, peace agreements are there as an idea of what type of society we want to rebuild. And Ilwad has already mentioned that women are not very present in peace agreements. And in fact, the signatories to peace agreements are still almost exclusively men. Only 5% of signatories to all major peace agreements between 1919 and 2017 worldwide were women. So we have some space to go. And this is even after the UN resolution 1325 in 2000 was approved, as Ilwad just mentioned. So, I mean, it's a question of moving forward, but that doesn't seem to happen very much. So from my research, I did a discursive analysis of 130 peace agreements from interstate and intrastate conflicts in Africa between 1990 and 2019, which have provisions on women and girls in them. So, of course, not all peace agreements during this period have provisions or don't mention women and girls. So these are only about a third of all of the peace agreements that were signed in the same period. So there were 463 peace agreements signed in the same period for these types of conflicts, and only 130 made allusion to women and girls. So I should say that that's a focus of my research. There was a difference in terms of how many of these agreements that mentioned women and girls before and after Resolution 1325. So only 17% of the peace agreements mentioned women before 1325, and after 1325, so after 2000, it's been about 33%. So there is an increase, even though it's still modest, let's say. And as you can see, that period is quite long. It's 30 years. And there are various different conflicts that it covers. But still, the space and the wording given to women in all of these peace agreements are remarkably similar. Even if we look at different periods, we look at different conflicts, and we look at different regions. So I've been trying to identify 4 categories that, let's say, give us an indication of how women are portrayed in these peace agreements. The first one are, so it's my words, vulnerable victims, moral peace builders, counting women, and human rights and women's rights.